Hey, fantasy football friends. So it's time to talk tight ends. And tight ends can make you or break you, right? There are days where even, a great solid tight end will score you a goose egg. And those are painful, painful days. And then there's other days where they'll score you 30-something points. Those are great days. So let's talk about our top 5 tight ends for the 2017 fantasy draft. So number 1 for me, he was number 1 last year. He's number 1 again this year. Travis Kelce. Kelce is everything you want in a tight end, fantasy or otherwise. He's big, he's bruising, he can run, he's smart. He is dominant on that field, and I love that about him. He is everything that we loved about Gronkowski without the injuries. Now, the only drawback he had last year was he only scored 4 touchdowns. We need more touchdowns out of that. But he still scored the most fantasy points out of the tight end. So what does that tell you about how much usage he gets? And with Macklin gone, he's going to be even more so of a target for Alex Smith. So Travis Kelce, number 1. Number 2, Jordan Reed. Now I was really close between my number 2 and number 3 because I love Jordan Reed. I love what he does when he's on the field, but he's hurt a lot, much like our number 3, which is Gronkowski. But I think that if he can stay healthy, he will have a great year this year. Kirk Cousins, the Washington Redskins, they love to throw the ball. They lost Pierre Garçon. They lost Deshaun Jackson, and I know they got Terrell Pryor, and they have Jamison Crowder, but whatever. And then they have Rob Kelly, who I really like. But I think that we're going to see Kirk Cousins targeting Jordan Reed a lot more this year because he's going to find himself into trouble of people not being able to get open. So I like Jordan Reed for number 2, Gronkowski for number 3 because duh. But again, the only thing I have against Gronk is that he's getting hurt. Supposedly he changed his diet and he's not drinking beer through the season this year, so we'll see how that changes if he gets hurt or not. I'm thinking he's probably not drinking beer while he's on the field, so I don't know if that's really going to make a difference, but I'm a little worried that he might lose mass, which is what we need out of Gronkowski. We need the size of him. That's why people cannot guard him, is because he's just so huge. And yeah, his height's going to stay the same, but is he going to lean out? His head will still be pretty big, so there's that. So he's my number 3. Number 4, Kyle Rudolph. Now, Kyle Rudolph came in, and surprisingly, he finally became the tight end that everybody had expected him to be for the past 5 years. And he led the league in targets. Now, I like that. That's intriguing to me because if he's leading the league in targets, he's going to also catch a lot of balls. So in a PPR league like I like Kyle Rudolph. And my number 5, maybe a surprise to you guys, maybe not. My number 5, Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham, it sounds like, wait, you're going back 5 years ago, right? Jimmy Graham was number 1 5 years ago. Yeah, I have him as number 5. Jimmy Graham had a great year last year. Pretty great year after his injury, and it put to rest any question about whether or not he was healthy enough. Plus, that Seattle line is really, really bad, ranked last in the league. And again, with Russell Wilson, he's going to want to get the ball out of his hands quickly, and Jimmy Graham is the answer to that. He's not going to have a lot of time to get the ball down the field to Doug Baldwin. There's not going to be a great run game with the people that they have. I like Thomas Rawls, but that line gives them no shot at having a great run game. So I suspect that Jimmy Graham is going to get a lot of targets, and he still can ball. He can still ball. So I expect that he's going to get a good amount of touchdowns too. So Jimmy Graham is my number 5 tight end for 2017. So tell me what you think. Tell me who's in your top 5 in the comments below. I look forward to it. Until next time, when we start setting our lineups for the season. Yay!